born on the 29th of March last year, so he's just turned 1. It's got easier and harder in different ways, so, but yeah, really enjoyable. He's very laid back, takes after his father, not like his mother. Yeah, he's really, really cute, and it's, you know, it's really hard, even on the tough days, it's really hard when you look at him to not cherish the moment sort of thing, and however tired you may feel, you know, put that to one side and just enjoy it, really. It's completely overwhelming when you walk into a store and just think, oh my God, what on earth do I need? And but yeah, relying on sort of friends and family as well for advice. Certainly your friends who've had children beforehand, they're quite good at sort of filtering out the things that just, yeah, you really don't need that, but you definitely need something like this. I used the Advent bottles right from the beginning. All my friends did as well, so quickly bought the steriliser and the bottles, and I used the Advent breast pump to express and every day, and then my husband could give James a bottle at 11 o'clock, so I could express quicker than he could give the bottle, so it was brilliant.
I think she's doing incredibly well. I have to say, it's a long time since I've met such a savvy mum. She's basically buying and selling things on eBay. She's got her household finances sorted, because in the first year, they say, you know, parents get through an average about £3,000 of buying equipment and clothes. Some of it you genuinely don't need. So did you find a lot of people gave you clothes as well, which is very good?
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that have babies that are a little bit older than James, so they were quite happy to pass on all the things that they don't use anymore, certainly clothes and toys.
It's brilliant, isn't it? And one thing you can do is often, what I used to do is almost buy a slightly more expensive range than maybe you would usually afford, knowing that you can actually resell it back on a site like eBay, for example. Some of the, you know, top of the range high chairs and things like that, you can buy and recoup most, if not all, of your money.
Oh right, yeah, that's a really, really good tip actually. Yeah, I should look to do that, because, you know, for the amount of time that you actually use things is so short that they don't really get damaged or anything like that. You can have some yourself.
I think it's almost a case of having a little checklist and trying to do something each week. So maybe one week, for example, you start finding out how much child benefit you'll get and working out, are you going to put that in a savings account? Will it go into your bank account? Maybe then thinking about child tax credit. And you can find out about some of these things in advance. I was just thinking with the shopping, obviously it must be hard when you're taking James out with you, but there's lots of, obviously you can do online shopping, and some of the supermarkets have obviously the online deals.
Certainly in the early days with the baby, in the first 3 months, there's not really, you can't really get out to do the shopping, so online shopping would be really, really useful then.
And what about household bills as well? We talked about supermarkets with the household bills. I don't know if you use credit cards and things like that. Have you shopped around to get best deals for your gas and electric, mobile phones?
Yeah, we've switched some of our bills since we've had James. It was a good exercise to do actually just towards the end of my pregnancy, where I went online and found that actually going to different service providers for my gas and my electricity was actually cheaper than having a combined deal, which I know is quite unusual.
And what about, I was going to mention about returning to work, because if you do decide to go back to work at some stage, obviously childcare is something which can be horrendously expensive, but, you know, whether we're talking childminders or nurseries. A lot of companies offer childcare vouchers, which means that basically any money you pay for your childcare is actually coming out of your sort of pre-tax salary. So let's say for every £100 that you might spend on childcare, you'd get the equivalent of £130 as a rough guide. And that's really handy. That's up to about £55 a week you can do that. But it sounds like you've saved a serious amount of money though by shopping around and doing lots of different things.
Yes,
which is great.
yeah, definitely.
I think the main thing is not to stress on it too much. At the end of the day, you have a baby, and having a baby is the most rewarding and positive experience of all. So at the end of the day, you don't want to be sat in a corner reading a money magazine and, you know, discussing how you can get the best deal on your mobile phone while your poor baby is crying. So you've got to get some perspective on this and think, hang on a second, as long as I'm happy, my baby is happy, you know, I spent a little bit more, it's baby that matters, and that's what comes first.